Rambling Hour with Lisa. The way I'm sitting on this couch is a little bit sinky, so I'm just going to grab a cushion to sit on. Yes, sorry. Let me get comfy. Hello, and welcome to Rambling Hour with Lisa, Season 5, Episode 6. And I hope everybody's had a good week. I don't really have a theme per se tonight, but there's this pillow that says "Let It Snow" and this nice blankie, and the reason I put those there is because it snowed today, and it snowed during the afternoon, which is usually here where we live. It'll snow at night and it'll be gone by the morning, and it had really big fluffy snowflakes. I kept taking videos outside, and because I haven't finished all my stuff in the garden, I actually went outside and had to do stuff in the greenhouse, so I had garden time today in the snow, and then I went up in the loft and organized some stuff. So I had garden time, loft time, make supper time, and now I'm doing social hour and then I still have to eat my supper. I made supper for everyone else, but I haven't eaten my own or done my workout yet, but I did get a lot done today. So I realized too that I don't know how much people pay attention, but oh yeah, I had shower time as well. I don't know how much people pay attention, but on my little Bitmoji, like rambling hour thing that I did, that tells you that I'm doing my rambling hour, I put, well, two things. One, I put like a 3/4 length sleeve shirt on, but because I thought this was long, but it's a short sleeve shirt. But anyways, that's not what I was going to say. It's I wrote, it says, we need to talk, this is serious. And I didn't want anyone to worry and think that I had something really important or serious to talk about, because it's just a normal week. So there's nothing like pressing or serious that needs to be talked about. So I can go over my week. Sorry, I know I keep playing with my hair. It's because it's wet still, so it's like, I like bigger hair, like I like volume. So it makes my, head look smaller or whatever. But when it's wet, it tends to go flat, so I'm just scrunching it to get the curl and the volume, but it's not like I'm going anywhere. So anyways, my week. Okay, so yeah, we had a funeral on, remember I told you guys a few weeks ago that my friend Samantha's uncle died, and then the next day my mom's uncle died, and then the next day my friend's sister died. So that was 3. Hi, Amber. That was 3 in a row in 3 days, and so we had the funeral for Dorothy so that's my friend's sister who passed away. She was 67, and she died from a blood clot. And at the funeral, they said that she didn't even get to finish her tea, so it was just her and her husband home, and she was just having her morning brew or whatever, and blood clot, and she passed away, and they worked on her for 40 minutes, but it was just her time. So we had her funeral. It was a lovely funeral. And thanks, Amber. I'm not going through anything, but when we were at the funeral, it was like we only met Dorothy a few times at gatherings at Jeff and Bernie's house, and so Jeff and Bernie are our friends, and it was Jeff's sister. And in the few times we met her, she made such an impact on our lives. Like, she was such a great person, and I'm so happy that I got to meet her. And it doesn't surprise me that she was a nurse for a living. But just all the memories and everything that they said at the funeral and everything, and all the people that her life has touched. And it's just, what a legacy to, even if 67 is young nowadays, it sounds like she touched so many people's lives and did so much in the years she was here, and just brought joy and happiness to everybody. So you would like to think that when you go, that that's kind of funeral you would have, that people would love you and just say all those wonderful things about you. So I aspire to be like her, and I'm glad that I did get to meet her, even if only a few times. So then me and Steve went and we went and we already knew how we wanted our kitchen designed, but after all these years and all this waiting, we finally went to, the place is called Hoden's, where we're getting our kitchen done, and we went in there and talked to a lady, and then she sent us, on Friday, she sent us the design, and we need to tweak some things, but it's like I'm not going to get my hopes up to have it before Christmas, but technically I think we could have our kitchen made and installed before Christmas, but I won't get my hopes up. It's okay if it's in the new year, but it's like it's a quick turnaround for them to build our cabinets. And the thing is that we're switching the door, like the door in the kitchen to get to the outside, like into the back garden, we're blocking it up and putting our cooker there and opening a door on another part. So for a while we might have where the kitchen, where the only way to let the dog out into the back garden is through the living room, the patio doors. But so we need that blocked up before we can put the cooker in. So I guess the cabinets could go in before that's blocked up, technically. So maybe we could get our cabinets done sooner. Anyways, I'm just very excited. So it's like home renos are coming together. Like I said, the electricians, we had them for 6 days, and it won't be back till in the new year, but that's okay. I can wait for them too. I'm just happy to have things done. And that's why I was working in the loft today, because I'm just trying to organize it and make it tidier and stuff, for it's easier for them to move stuff if they need to go up there to do the lights that they're putting in the rooms upstairs and stuff. And because we're getting the whole house rewired, although it's half done now. The rewiring is half done. So kitchen, yeah, and so the builder, he's actually a joiner, and he does our woodwork and everything, and he's the one who built like the closet in the bathroom and everything else. And he came yesterday and had a full day here, and he put in a new loft ladder so that it's on the landing upstairs, and I can get like pull it down and go up into the loft that way. Because right now there's like this cupboard on the landing that is where you open a door and it's like this little square room. It could be like a little small toilet, really, like a little bathroom, but that's where I go up into the loft, and it's kind of a wasted space, because if on the landing I can just get up into the loft, then that room, we're gonna block off that door, and then through Allison has the littlest room in the house, and it's quite a small room. It's probably a normal size single bed type of room for the purpose of a bedroom, you know, like those ones where it's like basically you can only have a single bed in it, or if you had a double bed you'd almost be wall to wall. So she has quite a small room, but that little square room where you get up into the loft is next to it. So we're going to block that door off and open it up into Allison's room, so it'll be a little walk-in closet, and she can have her dresser drawers in there, and then it gives her more room in her bedroom. So anyways, so Fred, the builder, the joiner, he came and put the loft ladder on the landing. So anyways, another thing that got done on our list. Check. So I'm very excited about the home renovations. I also brought out all the Christmas decorations, and I went through them, and now I have bins sitting in the entranceway waiting to go back up into the loft, because I went through each bin and took out things, because I want it just to be a simple Christmas where there's just a few things out, so that if the electricians can make it back anytime before the new year, then we don't have a bunch of stuff in the way. Like, I'm not decorating like I usually decorate. Same with the joiner work that needs to be done like that. So with the renovations going on, I just want a simple Christmas, a few things just to make it feel like that atmosphere, you know, like this and stuff, so wintry Christmas feel. And I can't believe it snowed today. The snow is still out there. It just reminded me of Canada, and I know that there's negative implications to the snow, like people here in the UK are not prepared for it. So there's going to be a bit of chaos tomorrow, especially with people having to go to work and stuff. But when I was outside and it was snowing and it was getting on everything, I really just thanked the higher power, and was appreciative of how it looked and how it felt, and it just felt magical. And I had my headphones on and I was listening to music, and it just felt so good. And I was like, thinking of the positives about the snow, and it just made me so happy. And I miss the snow in Canada, but today made me feel like that little bit of Canada with the first snowfall and everything. It just made me really happy. I'm gonna look at comments now, because I've seen some comments going by, and I haven't really got time to, because I'm talking too much, which is what the rambling hour is. Spice racks, pullouts. Okay, yes. I like all my spices matching, and I like them on display, actually. So I left a bunch of my spice racks in Canada, but I had so many spice racks. That was one of my things. So I still have I have this special one that I got from New York, and I have a few on the wall right now, but I really like specific like looking spice racks. Like I like them to look good and everything, but I know what you mean. And yes, if you guys have any comments about designing kitchens and things that you would change or wouldn't change, or the things that you love or hate in your kitchens, put it in the comments so that I know, because I'm gonna do the edits and stuff and then send it to the lady, and like I said, probably this week we'll approve the final design for our kitchen and get everything done. Okay, Amber says, you deserve all life has to offer to you. Congrats. Thank you, Amber. That is so nice. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this. I've seen so many of my friends building houses, including you, Amber. And I've even seen some friends who build a house and then live in it for a few years and then they're not happy anymore and they start building a new house. But I've seen so many people do home renovations and build houses and do all these things. And I'm never like, I mean, sometimes I'm a bit jealous, but that's not what I mean. I'm so happy for them. And I love seeing them get like what they want out of life too. So now it's my turn and I'm super excited. So then Mom says, yes, your wiring should be done before your kitchen, shouldn't it? And Mom says, hi, Janice. And Mom says, oh, what I meant was in your kitchen, all the wiring should be completed before your cupboards go in. And Auntie Diane is watching. Yes, okay, so yeah, that is a good point. And that was what the electrician said. He wanted to know where everything was going. But I don't, yeah, because I guess it goes with, I guess the electrician would need to do, that is a good point. Actually, he wanted our, so what we'll do is, once I get the final design, we'll send it to the electrician and then he can tell us if we need to wait for him to put the plugs and everything in, or if we, because he already has the wires hanging in the kitchen. They're not live, but he has them hanging. He just needs to know where to put them, and he wanted to know what our layout of our kitchen was going to be, because the cooker needs a different plug, obviously, than other ones. So yeah, as soon as I have the final like blueprints, then I'll send them to the electrician. And like I said, I don't mind waiting till the new year for the kitchen. I've been waiting, like Steve has started on the kitchen before I got here, but like, so I've been here over 7 years and we've had like not a normal kitchen. It's just the old cupboards stacked on top of each other. And I've bought like there's a dresser in there, like a dresser drawers that I use. And there's like, like the kind of dresser that, like a cabinet, like sort of like the china cabinet, that kind of dresser in there. And like, yeah, it's not a normal kitchen and I've lived with it this long. So waiting until the new year is absolutely fine with me. And hello, Janice. So my cousin Janice says, hi, Lisa, and hi, Auntie Marie, because Mom said hi to Janice as well. And Auntie Diane says, hi, Lisa from GP. Happy birthday, Auntie Diane. I saw that you had a lovely bath with a bath bomb and a nice tea, and you did your workout, and then scrambled eggs for breakfast. Okay, so I don't remember what we were watching last night. What did we watch? Anyways, somebody had scrambled eggs last night. Oh, it was a TV show. It's called The Cockfields. It's a comedy series, and it's like the mom on the show is like everybody's typical mom. The girlfriend of the son, okay, it's an adult son, but he brought his girlfriend home to the parents' house to meet them and stuff, and they're staying there for a weekend because it's on the Isle of Wight, which is, so it's like going back home to your town where your parents live and everything else. And the mom asked the girlfriend what she wanted for breakfast, and she says, I'm making egg, sausage, and bacon. And she's like, oh, I'll just have some scrambled eggs if that's okay. And she's like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, just some scrambled eggs, that'll be fine. So then when the mom serves the plate, it's got sausage and bacon and scrambled eggs and grilled tomatoes. And it's like a full plate, and she's like, oh, you don't have to eat the rest of this stuff if you don't want to, but I just put it on there just in case. And then she's like, I'm also going to make you a piece of toast. You don't need to eat it if you don't want, but I'm going to, oh, I think I can't. Hey everyone, I don't know, it's the internet, obviously, or the 4G, I shut off my Wi-Fi because I thought it would do that with my Wi-Fi, but it cut me off, so I had to start again. So I thought I would show everyone this. Actually, maybe I'll wait till people are watching again, and then I'll try. The reason I'm holding my phone right now is I was going to show you guys the snow outside, seeing I have to start again anyways. So, and I noticed that it was only 15 minutes that I've been talking for, so actually, let me just look at my watch again. So 8:30, 15 minutes, so we'll go till 1:15. So I will take you to people who haven't seen the snow. Yeah, you're seeing some of my Christmas decorations too, but people who aren't going to see the snow right now can watch it back after. So actually it looks lighter out here than it is, even though it's like this time, but that's because there's a light up there where the apartments are, so it shines on. So yeah, door open, dogs out there too. It's kind of cold out here, so I'm not gonna stay out here for long, but yeah, me and my snowy garden. Yay! So I have lots of pictures and videos that I did earlier, and I'll put those up. But yes, and I got my little tiny fire that's over here that I, just to have that feel of it. So let me bring you back over to where I sat up. I'm sorry again that the video cut off and that we had to start again. Excuse my hand while I put you into the thingamabobber. Okay, let me plug you in because I don't want my phone to die. And let me have a sip of my drink and then we'll get back to, oh shit. My glass was caught in the cord. And I just spilled a little bit of, and then, oh shit, I also, there's no Kleenex in that box. So, I just made a mess because I'm clumsy. So welcome to Raveling Hour. This is how Lisa's life really is. I look like I have it all together, but I really don't. But the problem is that on this table I had books that I'm going to talk about in a second. So I got a little bit of pop on them. I'm drinking a Pepsi Max cherry flavor today. I had a small bottle of it in my fridge from a few weeks ago and just thought I'd have something different. No, I don't really like it. But it's different, but I still don't like it. Yeah, so sorry about that. I hope I'm not glitching, and I hope I wasn't glitching before. And I don't know if I missed any comments at the end there. So you guys know what I said. If I missed your comment, and didn't talk about something that you said, then let me know. And thanks, Mallet Beautiful. I didn't do the snow, but I agree, it is beautiful. So I'm going to talk about some books. I am reading Conscious Ink. I still haven't finished it. The problem is I'm always wearing headphones, so even if I stop to do something where I have to sit, say I'm waiting for water to boil, and I could sit there and read for a bit, I have like a podcast going, and I don't pause it to read my book a little bit, so I really need to sit down and actually read. Maybe I'll read tonight after my workout when I get into bed. And I've started playing these stupid games on my like tile match, and this other one with these little, they has like test tubes and little colored balls in them, and you have to try and get 4 of the same colored ball. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube, but like with test tubes and balls, and you have to, so like the color of the ball can only go on top of another one that's the same color, so move the orange onto the orange and then the pink onto the pink if there's room in the, anyways, so I've been playing games on my phone as well while I listen to podcasts instead of reading my books. But I am going to finish Conscious Ink, which I've talked about before and I really love, and this is the book that I ordered, and latest book I've ordered, and it jumped the line and went in front of every other one except the one I'm reading right now. So this is what I'm going to be reading next, within the next week if I get to it. And it is called No One Has to Die Alone. I know I'm obsessed with the dying thing, but the end of life and the afterlife and everything. Preparing for a meaningful death. And in a culture which tends to avoid issues relating to death and dying, Lani Leary tackles the challenges in openness and humanity. One of the things about this book is it's talking about caring for people who are nearing death. So if you have to care for an elderly parent or somebody who is, close to death, a lot of us don't have the skills or don't understand everything that it entails to take care of somebody who's on their last weeks or months or whatever. And it's not even an age thing. We know we all know people who have had cancer and have passed away from cancer and everything else, which can affect anybody at any age, and other ailments as well. So that's one of the reasons I got this book, is it has to do with stuff like that. I don't have anyone at the moment, knock on wood, that I have to take care of in their last days, but I think it's an important thing, and it'd be better to read this book now and understand those things in case they happen, rather than be in that situation, not have time to read the book, or have to wing it and not give them the best end of life that they could have. So I'm just going to read the back for you. And again, this is like, I should have had my glasses. Oh my God. So I went to the post office and I posted a care package to Canada, because that's what I do. And it was the first time. So I have reading glasses, and I know I need to go to the eye doctor again. The dog's at the window because she wants in now. I need to get my eyes checked again because I think they're getting worse. But when I went to the post office and they wanted me to fill out the form that says what's in the parcel, it was the first time that I was like really, like, I can put it further away and make out what the words are, but this was the first time that I was almost like not able to read it, where I'm like, oh my God, I almost should have brought my glasses in. So bear with me with reading this. It's white writing on a black background, so that makes it easier. I guess as you get older, certain colors are harder to see too, so when you do fonts in certain colors, it's harder for people to see. Caring for a terminally ill loved one can be the single biggest challenge of your life. Drawing from experience, sitting with over 500 people as they died and caring for her own terminally ill father, Dr. Lani Leary gently guides caregivers, family, and friends through the difficult transitions of illness, death, and bereavement. No One Has to Die Alone offers the practical skills, vocabulary, and insights needed to truly address the needs of a dying loved one while caring for yourself through the process. Dr. Leary shows both patient and caregiver how to rise above feelings of fear and isolation to find peace and meaning in each person's unique end-of-life experience. Whether used as a reference book to address a particular challenge or read from start to finish, this is a must-read for anyone facing death or the loss of a loved one. You'll learn how to listen to and support a loved one's needs, what to expect as a loved one declines, and the different grieving processes and tasks, the key to supporting a grieving child, what resources are available for patients and caregivers, the lessons of near-death experiences, and the value of after-death communications. So I'm really excited to read this one, and if you know how my brain works and the kind of things I'm into, you can understand why this one jumps the gun. I have to do that because when I take a screenshot and put it on my Instagram, I don't want to be like, and then that's not good advertising for someone's book. The other book that I want to talk about, I told you guys about last year, and it is A Christmas Penguin's Wish. So this book is written by my cousin's wife's dad, and it's illustrated by my cousin's wife and her sister. And I told you guys about it last year, but this is a great Christmas gift, and it's still available on Amazon in Canada, here in the UK, or anywhere probably where Amazon's available. A Christmas Penguin's Wish. Now, I'm not going to read this to you because if I read it to you, guys might not buy it, and I really want you guys to buy it for a few reasons. It's a really good story, and it supports someone that I know and love. So I am going to have Lenny on. That's who wrote it. I am going to have Lenny Hill on one day, I think. I'm going to ask him and see if he'll come on and talk about his book and what inspired him to write it. But I'm just going to do that. And yes, this is another one that I wanted to talk about, especially as a Christmas present if you don't know what to get someone. Oh, what was it today that I thought was a really great Christmas present? I can't remember. I'll try to remember what it was and tell you about it. Dang it. How could I forget? It was I thought that is a cool idea as a Christmas present. Oh, it was on a podcast I was listening to. And I remember her saying buy two because then you could give one to someone else. Yeah, I'll try to remember what it was, and I'll tell you guys about it next week. So those are my books. I'm just going to have a drink again, and I'm going to read comments in one moment. Oh, yeah. So I know I know that it flips things, so this looks like my left hand, but this is actually my right hand, and I know my wedding ring and engagement ring are on my right hand, but that is because of my eczema, and this one's really dry and itchy, but I better put it on the correct hand so it looks better when I flip my pictures. And all right, Auntie Diana says I'm back. Yeah, me too. I know. I'm sorry again that I had to be cut off and start again, but it kicked me off. So sometimes I just sit through the spinning and wait for it to reconnect, but that time it actually said it ended, so I had no choice but to restart. And Tanika says that book definitely hits home right now. Oh yes, Tanika, I know you you and your husband are going through things, and I'm not going to get into it for everybody else, but I will read it and let you know if there's any important things, but I would like to think that nobody in your family is nearing death. I know that you're going through some things, but I'd like to think that you guys are going to make it through and everything's going to be great. So, sending you love and everything and caring. And Mom says I am back. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it shows me there's people watching. It'll give me a number, but sometimes there's more people watching than it says. And then sometimes it tells me a person is watching, but it doesn't always tell me everybody who's watching. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad to hear it, Tanika, that yes, you better. And good luck with everything that's coming up. Yeah, so I don't know who's all watching right now and who's not and who's watching at a later time, but I am going to be reading that book. Like the excitement for me to read that book, not that I'm not enjoying the one I'm reading now, but I really want to get to that one, so it'll push me through my other book that I'm reading, because I wouldn't dare start this one before I'm done the other one, because it's not a good way to live, because you need to finish things you start. So, what else did I want to tell you guys about coming up this week? So Owen, my oldest stepson, turned 30 on the 25th, and he spent the day with his boyfriend, so he didn't come over, but he is coming over tomorrow for, I was going to say Christmas dinner, for his birthday dinner and celebrating his birthday, and he wants tacos for supper, so I'm going to do a Mexican style thing. I'm trying to think of what to make for Steve, because Steve doesn't want to eat any wraps because of like if he was to eat between wraps and a bun, he'd rather have a bun because same calories and everything, but he'd prefer a bun over a wrap. But but I'm trying to think of what to make him that's exciting, but isn't a quesadilla, an enchilada. What else was I making? Quesadillas, enchiladas, fajitas, tacos. I'm missing one. I said enchilada, right? Anyways, yeah, I was just gonna do like a Mexican feast and see what I can make for Steve. The other thing is that he's allergic to bell peppers, so I really gotta be careful with what I make him. But I can make him a beef salad. Yeah, a taco salad. Yeah, Tanika, that is, yeah. But the thing about the taco salad is that it's not filling enough. So, margaritas, Mom. Oh, Mommy. Owen has to drive home, so I don't think I'm going to be giving him margaritas. And the underage children in our house are not having margaritas either. I could make virgin margaritas. That would be cool, actually. Maybe I should do that. Get out the cocktail glasses, and I do have little cocktail sticks and stuff, so maybe I will make some virgin margaritas. What else was I... Empanadas, enchiladas, quesadillas, fajitas. I'm still missing one. Burritos. Yes, I love my burritos. So I'm going to go out tomorrow and get the stuff to make them, like refried beans. I wanted to have some refried beans the other day with some Mexican rice and salsa and chicken and stuff, but I didn't have any refried beans. I try to keep in stock with these things and put it on my grocery list before we're out, so that when I go out into the garage, is where our pantry is right now, when I go out there to check to get something and there's none, and it was so sad, because when you have a craving, you want what you want when you want it, and if it's like, you don't want to go out of the house really if you don't have to. So yeah, I don't have any what are they called, my brain, it does not work sometimes. What are the big Mexican hats called? Yeah, like I don't have ponchos and Mexican hats, and like I don't have like the decorations and, you know, shakers and stuff. I don't have the decorations to be a Mexican night, but I can still make tacos for his dinner. But I also thought, because I put most of the Christmas decorations up, and I'll try to get the rest done during the day, although I gotta go and get groceries and everything else. But because I want to clear the dining room table so we can eat in the dining room table. Sombreros, yes, thank you everyone. But so we're eating in the dining room because that's where we do like nice dinners and stuff. Because we have a kitchen table with chairs around it. We do family dinners in there, but when it's a special event, it just makes it feel different if we eat in the dining room. So I was going to do that, but like I said, I put most of the Christmas decorations up, and then because it's simple this year, I'm just going with a silver gray, white and red theme in the living room and dining room. So I was going to bring the tree. I forgot to bring the tree down. It's there. It's like right by the loft hatch, but I didn't bring it down. So bring the tree down, and all the decorations to go on the tree are together because I haven't done that yet. I'm doing the like putting things in place thing. So I thought maybe if they feel like it, maybe the kids can decorate the tree tomorrow together. I can even put the lights on. No, I can't. Okay, I can't keep giving myself things to do during the day because the days go by fast when you know, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. We don't have to put up the tree. It was just an idea. What else? So birthday tomorrow. I didn't do the things that I said last week that I was supposed to do, like my paperwork and pumpkin pies. Sorry, some made them. Pumpkins are sitting in the kitchen waiting for me, and I don't remember what else I said I needed to do. But like I said, I have got things done this week, just not necessarily everything that was on my list. Oh, there was something that I did that I was excited about that I crossed off on my list besides the kitchen design and bringing the Christmas decorations down. That might have been it, that I finally brought the Christmas decorations down. But I had other things that I wanted to get done before I did the Christmas decorations. My brain. So, thanks, Lisa, this week. So with the snow, obviously, I mean, there is things I still need to do in the garden, really, but, like, who wants to be outside when it's like this, unless you're going for a walk or something. Oh, I was going to tell you guys what I made for supper today, not that you care, but I made baked potatoes, sausages, gravy, and steamed beans, like steamed like green beans, and they were like sliced green beans. And I wanted to make Brussels sprouts, but I only had so many Brussels sprouts left, so that's why I made green beans and Brussels sprouts, both steamed. Erica likes Brussels sprouts with gravy on them, so it was a good opportunity to have some sprouts, because I didn't have to make gravy, but I made gravy to go with the sausages and baked potatoes. It was kind of like a last-minute lazy supper, and I knew we had sausages, so yeah, I made 2 different types of sausages. I do have a piñata. I actually have some piñatas because Erica likes them, so I have some piñatas up in the loft with my like birthday stuff, you know, like when you do, I mean, the kids are getting older now. Erica's the youngest and she's 13, so it's not like I do like kid parties anymore, but I still have like little paper cups and like paper plates and those things, and like you know, decorations and stuff like that. So up there I do have some piñatas, so that's a good idea. But then maybe I'll pick up some candy tomorrow to put in the piñata. Otherwise, what other, I mean, the kids aren't going to want toys in the piñata, so it'll have to be candy, but it could be like another Halloween thing. And advent calendars will be starting soon as well, because November's almost done. So Auntie Diane had a birthday and Tanika was watching, and Tanika just had her birthday as well a few days ago, so happy birthday to Tanika. Yes, give me an idea if, tell me something about your kitchen. What's your favorite thing about your kitchen? Is it a big kitchen? Is it a small kitchen? Do you like having an island? Do you hate having an island? Do you wish you could move things around? Do you have a certain way of doing containers and lids that you like? I have a way of doing it. I have a shallow shelf, like a really narrow shelf that I have them on so that you can see everything and the lids go beside. Anyways, but do you have a way of doing things? Let me know. But yeah, when Mom was saying that the electricians probably want to do the wiring before the cabinets go in, that's a good point too, especially with if we're having any lighting in the cabinets, and also if we do under cabinet lighting, and some people have lighting in their kickboards, like there's another name for the kickboards. What do they call them here? is anybody from the UK watching? What do you guys call kickboards here? Like the plate at the bottom, the board at the bottom underneath the cupboards. We thought about having like drawers under there, but we have a pretty big kitchen, and once we do the extension and the pantry and everything in this kitchen, we don't really need the space, and we can always add them later. But that was always an idea that I wanted to do in my kitchen because I'm all about utilizing space. So I did want under the cupboard to utilize that space with drawers, even if it was for cooking sheets and stuff like that. Yeah, baseboard, but it's called a kick plate, but there's a different name that you use here too. It's something to do with like, not dirt, but I think it says like something like some play on words with like, so dirt doesn't get under there. Like, so yeah, I can't remember. Where did I see it? Maybe I saw it in the book when we were looking at like the catalog for the kitchens and stuff. We're doing not floor to ceiling. We're doing like the cupboards above the countertops. We're doing to the ceiling because I don't like when there's that space up there. And yes, you can put things up there, but it gets really greasy and dusty, and I don't like that. So we're going all the way to the ceiling. We're bringing the ceiling down about 6 inches though, because we're going to put a layer of insulation between where the ceiling is now and then where we lower it, and we'll have like lights, like pot lights put in, like down lights, those circle ones. But the reason that we're putting insulation in between there and stuff is like, it's more of a sound insulation, like sound barrier, because Thomas's room is right above the kitchen. So if whoever's doing dishes wants to listen to music loud in the kitchen, it irritates Tom and his TV, if he has his TV loud, because for some reason he watches his TV really loud, or when he plays his video games and he's yelling at whoever he's playing with on his headset, it's annoying in the kitchen. So we're putting a sound barrier in between there. Toe kicks, yeah, that's a good one. Like they're actually, yeah, kickboards, toe kicks. But the one that I saw, the name that I saw had something to do with like dust preventer, dirt, like it had something to do with like, yeah, like so that junk doesn't get underneath them, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, so I am going to do my workout again today, which is normal, but okay, so everybody knows what I'm talking about when you talk about like aches and pains, and you like when you just like feel like it's really easy to pull muscles and your body just gets tight and tense, and like I keep hurting myself. Like I know there's this muscle in my back right here that I feel like I've pulled, and then this is still not good, and my body's just getting stiffer and stiffer and more sore, and it's not from my workout, it's because I'm not doing yoga. Like the stretching, you wouldn't think it would make such a difference. And also my knees, my arthritis in my knees, I'm not able to do my workouts as good as I want to, because the strength that I got in my knees from doing the yoga for so long is starting to like lessen because I haven't been doing my yoga. So there is no excuse. I need to get back on my yoga because my body is aching, and the stretching, the yoga really, really makes a difference with normal aches and pains and everything. And even if I wasn't doing the workout, I think that the yoga is really important. So I would suggest to people, and there's yoga for all different levels of fitness and everything. So even though you might have some certain things wrong with your body, it's positions you can't do, don't think of yoga as overwhelming. Think of it as like, even before you do a workout, how they say you're going to stretch. So even if you're doing your stretches and, holding it, like what yoga is, I mean, there's more spiritual stuff to yoga and stuff as well. But for the basics of the exercise part of the yoga is holding a stretch in a stationary position, in a static position, so you're not just like bringing this up like this and then leaving it down, and you're holding it there for a while and holding the pose. And my muscles are really, really, what? Gas explosions. Oh, because I have my leg up. That's what Steve said today. He said the girls are watching a movie in the room, but not to go in there. I said, why? He said, because it's like mother like daughter. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Are they farting? So he said he opened the door to talk to them and just, because, yeah, I am the queen of farts. So, yeah, But no, I don't have any in me right at the time, and I can't do it on command. There's this guy, and he became famous from, he's called Mr. Methane, and I guess he can fart on command, and he's like sort of like semi-famous or whatever. So if you've heard of Mr. Methane, my point of bringing him up is that I know Steve knows him, but I believe it was that he went to school with him is how he knows him. So Mr. Methane, and yeah, and he can fart on command. I can't do that. Lots of times I have him brewing, but not enough to just fart on command. And there's nothing in the tank right now, so no explosions. Yeah, so what else do I have planned this week? I really need to get the paperwork done, as I talked about. I'm almost caught up on the laundry, but does it ever really end? I mean, when I say that, I mean I'm caught up on the laundry that's in the laundry room right now. By the time I'm done that, if I go and collect it from we have a laundry bin, I'm in the bathroom upstairs, like a main one that towels can go in or people can put stuff in after if they're having a shower or whatever. And then obviously in our rooms, so the kids have them in the rooms and our room. So once I'm done what's in the laundry room, once I go collect it, I'll be back on laundry. But I'm almost caught up with what's there. The girls have their new uniforms for school, and I need to iron those. Yeah, and like I said, we're doing a simple Christmas. So once the decorations are up, I need to do the design for the kitchen, like the things that need to be changed in paperwork, and I can't think of anything right now, but like I said, I need to really get the yoga back in there too. So having less on my daily schedule will give me the mindset to, especially with nobody home, if nobody's home during the day, then I'll feel more inclined to do the yoga because I don't like it just as my workout, although I can do it that way as well. And I have no excuse because I have it on my phone too, so I can listen to it on my headphones and drown everybody out. But I like to really like zone out and get into the stretches and kind of have like that quiet time, kind of like what you would do if you had a bath, right? The relaxation of it as well. So yeah, but again, like I said, I have no excuse to not do it, and my body is really feeling the effects of not doing it. So I need to get back on that. What else is there to talk about? So I saw that Mom Trisha is watching, that Steve's mom, and she got snow today too because she lives near enough to us. Not near enough, actually. I'd rather her be our neighbor, but she lives about a 40-minute drive. And so that what I meant for is that close enough that she would have similar weather to us, if not the same. So I saw her video on Facebook today too that they've got snow. And it just, it looks lovely, especially if you don't have to go anywhere and you can just be cozy and nice indoors. There's a hurricane, I can't remember what its name is, Adrian. It starts with an A, Aiden. What was the storm? Oh, actually, I don't know if it's a hurricane, but it was a storm that just went through. And we've had like crazy winds the last few days, so I had to go and, it actually, one of them ripped out one of our CCTV cameras off of our soffits and fascia. Piece fell down, but because we need to get those redone anyways, our soffits and fascia, so it's old board type stuff that came down. But yeah, it was like I might as well not go and lift things up and stuff because the winds were just crazy, so they would knock things down again. I went in the greenhouse today and it was snowing in the greenhouse, and I'm like, what's going on? And it's because there's the window that opens and stuff, instead of glass in it, it actually has like I don't know what it's called, like corrugated, like the hard plasticky corrugated stuff, and it's in two pieces. It's a broken piece, so it had blown out of it from the wind, so I had to fix that to make my greenhouse like so Auntie Diane says, did you hear anything about our awful floods in BC in the news? Yeah, I did. I can't remember exactly, but I remember like places having to be evacuated, and like there was quite a lot of was there quite a lot of damage and stuff. And I think actually one of my friends lives near where the floods are, or he might be like right in where the floods are. I don't know if it did anything for his house, but I briefly did hear about that. The other thing I haven't really looked into, I haven't watched the news in the last few days, so I don't know the total details of the story, but I know there's this new coronavirus variant as well that came from oh, I don't want to get it wrong. Was it South Africa that it started in? But now there's been a few confirmed cases in the UK, so we'll see how that is going to pan out. But yeah, so that is really sad about all the floods and stuff there, but it is crazy how like natural disasters are happening everywhere around the world, and nobody's safe, because if you're not in a tornado area, you might be in an earthquake area. Well, earthquakes can happen anywhere. If you're not, like, you know, hurricanes happen on the coast, but like I said, inland, it could be tornadoes, earthquakes, forest fires, floods. Like there's no, it's not like you can move to a safer place, because, you know, even volcanoes erupting or whatever, there's things that can happen everywhere. So we just really gotta be happy with life and live our best life. And what was I talking to the kids about today? Just what if there was an afterlife and reincarnation, and what if life was like a simulation, and we're here just to play this part and be this person for this lifetime, to learn and grow, but that if you knew that you were going to go to the afterlife and then you were going to get to reincarnate and come back as somebody else and do something different and choose a different life to learn different things and experience different things and everything, what would you do in this lifetime differently if you really believed that that was a thing? Like if you really believed in an afterlife and reincarnation, and that you could do it again. If this life was to learn and live, and so like if you're playing a video game and you got to choose your avatar and you got to do whatever you wanted to in that lifetime, and you're not trying to die, you're trying to survive and get to the end of it and do your best. But what would you change in life right now if you knew that this was not your only life, that you were going to get to come back and be somebody else and do something different? But what would you do in this lifetime if you knew that you could do whatever you wanted because you're going to have more lives to live? What would you change? For me, the thing that I really strive for in life is to be happy. And when I was a kid and my parents or whoever would ask me what I wanted to be when I got older, I would say I just want to be happy. And I know that I got a lot of flack for like not having a life plan, but I said, I don't care what I do. I just want to be happy. So wherever I go, I just want to be happy. Obviously, suffering from depression, especially as a teenager and stuff like that, that made more sense why I just wanted to be happy. But I still feel that way now. And now that I have more of a spiritual life and I understand that that is the purpose of life. Life is about love and happiness. And I don't mean love like having a soulmate and a partner, although I'll explain something about soulmates in a minute. It's not just about having like a loving partner. I'm talking about loving other people and humanity and animals and the environment, and loving ourselves and giving love and feeling loved. So it's about love. And like I said, the motto for me to live by is, what have you learned and who have you helped? So that's why I'm in Earth School, to learn and to love and to help and to give. And the thing I was going to say about soulmates is, we can have more than one soulmate in life. And the thing about a soulmate is somebody that we have a soul contract with. So your soulmate can be your best friend or your partner, your like husband, wife, spouse type partner, but it can also be your worst enemy. You guys might have made a soul contract in the afterlife before you came back down to say that, okay, I'm going to be like a total asshole to you in this life so that you can learn how to have a backbone and stand up for yourself and whatever your lessons are that you need to learn. So soulmates can be like people who come into your life and there's some kind of connection, but it doesn't always have to be a positive connection. It could be that horrible relationship you had that was really abusive towards each other, and it only lasted for a few years, but it was like probably one of the lowest times in your life, but you also grew and learned so much from it. So there is, I believe, such thing as soulmates, but I also believe that you can have more than one, and it's not always your like spouse or whatever. So you can think about who that might be in your life. I can think of a person I know, not in my life, but I know a person who has someone in their life who has been a hard person to live with for their whole life. It's one of their siblings, and that person has been not a nice person for that person's whole life. And And I think I get it now, that that person is, sadly, I hope that person will grow themselves and become a better person in life and everything. But at the same time, I understand why that person is so horrible, because that person is there to teach the other person, the other sibling who's the nice one, you know, life lessons and everything else. So it makes sense why we all are different and why we have different personalities and stuff, or, you know, what we're trying to teach each other. And that's what a good friend does and a good spouse does and everything else. They help us to become a better person, and hopefully we do that for them. So, hello Samantha, nice for you to join us. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. What time is it here? So we have 10 minutes left of the rambling hour, and luckily it hasn't kicked us off again. Hopefully I haven't been glitching or anything. And I've been doing a pretty good job of rambling. My throat's getting a bit... So yeah, like I said, I haven't kept up on the news, so I haven't really heard about like the new COVID variant. I haven't heard if it... Like, I haven't clarified. I kind of heard, but I don't know if they've said anything about if the vaccinations that we have are going to work for this variant, or if it is, because I read something about a different strain, something, so I don't know if they're going to have to work on a new vaccination now for this one. But I can just imagine how those anti-vaxxers are going to feel when they're like, what? We have to get a third type, you know, like, not a third type, but you know what I mean. They're just, can't get them to get the first vaccination, let alone a different type of vaccination now, too. The cherry smells good in this, but it doesn't taste as good as I want it to. It's Cherry Pepsi Max. I can hear the dog barking outside, but I can't let her in, so hopefully somebody else will get annoyed upstairs and come and let her in, because if I go let her in, then I'll be having to leave you guys for a few minutes, and you'll miss me. Yeah, I've been thinking about friends a lot, too, and just... the rambling hour, but also any, like, keeping in contact with people through different ways, whether it's giving a message to someone or just commenting on a memory and that type of stuff. I've just been missing people too, so yes. So yeah, that is the new variant. It's called Omicron. Is that how I pronounce it? Omicron. They say the vaccines may not work. That's as much as I know as well too. I don't know if they know yet or not, so maybe they don't know. And yeah, Tanika, I know you're triple vax. That's because like your immune system and stuff like that. So yeah, Steve should be going for his booster. I can't remember if he I know. Oh no, it's time for him to go for his booster, but I don't think he has an appointment for it. But I know my mom has her appointment in December for her third, like her booster shot. So, and I got my vaccines after Steve, so I'm not sure if I don't know if I don't think I need my booster, but because I'm not, like, there's no reason, you know, for me to get it, but I don't even know if even if I was getting the booster, I don't think it's time yet. I don't think it's been enough time since my second vaccine. Immune, and also because I'm an ER nurse too. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yes, that's true too. And Allison and Aurora are up for, like, it's time that they can get their second vaccines. So I need to, yeah, encourage them to do that. Well, and by that I just mean take them. I know. Tanika says, I can't believe how long it took you to get your vaccination. Yeah, because I had to have mine at the hospital because of I have some allergies, well, quite a few allergies, and some of them quite severe. I had to get mine done at the hospital just in case I had a reaction to anything in them. Luckily, I didn't have a reaction both times to anything in the vaccine, but because I had to have it at the hospital and it had to be by appointment, and they only have so many, like, it took forever for me to get mine, which was a bit of a stressor, especially if you're a type of person who wanted to get the vaccines, who understand the science behind it and why the vaccines matter. Then it was hard for me to wait that long. It made me very anxious. One of my favorite bands, Blue October, is on tour right now, but they are coming to the UK and they're going to be here in March. And I am just still, like, I mean, I don't like people enough to go to concerts when it's not a pandemic, like in the crowds and everything else. But I'm like, life's too short. I saw Pink, which is one of my favorite performers, and I just think, like, I think I should, the fact that Blue October is one of my favorite bands, and they're not as known as some other big bands and stuff like that, but the fact that they're coming here makes me think that it's meant for me to like be able to see them. So, but then I just wonder if I'm ready, not just with the crowds, but also with the yeah, like I said, there's the like I don't like people, and I don't like people in my way, and my anxiety gets worse as I get older, which is really, really frustrating. But I see how my dad went with his anxiety, so I won't let it stop me from doing things, but I also don't like that my anxiety gets worse like that with like, but I am trying to encourage myself to go in March. The only thing is that, Samantha, I was like, I thought that was Tanika who wrote that and said, "Are we going?" And I was like, "What? You're gonna fly all the way here just to go to a concert with me?" But that was Samantha. Yes, Samantha. Oh, that's great. Then I had someone to go with. I went to the Pink concert by myself, but that was okay with me because at that point, my kids were quite young, and I couldn't afford to take them anyways. And I didn't have anybody in my life there where I lived that I knew loved Pink like I did. So I mean, I just wanted to go. I didn't care if anyone went with me. I'm fine going by myself, and then you don't have to, it's easier to like get through crowds and stuff when you're by yourself. You don't have to worry about anybody else. Actually, the worst part of that was when I was trying to leave the stadium after the show, and the lineups of traffic to get out and being stuck there, and I had to pee really bad. So I like literally just opened my door and peed in the parking lot there, like, because I really needed to go. So I just opened my door and peed by my car while I was waiting in these long lines to get out of the parking lot. So yes, I know, Auntie Diane, when I think of Pink, I think of you because so when I was going to go to the Pink concert, and it was in Saskatchewan, she was on tour, and I believe she got sick or something, and so she had to cancel some of her last shows and postpone them. So when it was the one that I was going to go to was postponed, her DVD came out for that tour, and Auntie Diane had the DVD, and so when I went to her house, she said, "Oh, I have something to show you in the basement," which can be a very creepy thing for someone to say if you didn't know them well, like, "Ooh, come into my basement, I have something to show you." But we went down, and because my Uncle Arthur and Auntie Diane have like a theater in their basement, so they have like a projector and a big wall, and they have like theater seating. It's really awesome. I wish I had like a place just to do it like that. But she put the video on, like the concert video, and honestly, it was the sound in there and having it on the big screen and stuff like that. It was as amazing as it was live. But at the time, I hadn't seen her live yet, so I was like, shut it off. I don't want to see it because I'm going to it. But like with anxiety and everything, I think that watching something live like that on a big, screen like that and everything would be that's how like with stand-up comedy. I'd rather just watch their specials on TV or on Netflix or whatever, because I still get the jokes and I get the everything else without having to be in a big crowd. And some of the concerts you're going to spend so much money to get to, and then if you want anything at the concert, and then if you're like, if it's a huge venue and you're like way up wherever and you have to watch them on the screen anyways. I get that there's definitely a vibe to live music, and I'd rather go to like small bands and things like live music where it's like you can like sit at your table, have a drink, and like see the band like right there. But yes, Auntie Diane, so I do remember the video and how awesome it was in your basement theater, and also I believe that I bought you a T-shirt from the concert too, but like that I picked one up for you because you wanted one. So, Samantha says, reminds me of me being stuck on the M6. Yeah, so Samantha, I don't know if you guys remember, like a few weeks ago, quite a few weeks ago now, but maybe 6 weeks, 2 months, I don't know. Samantha was stuck for 12 hours on the motorway in traffic, and a lot of that was like stop traffic. Sadly, it was like a big accident that was making her stuck there, and one of the lorry drivers passed away, but yeah, she was stuck for 12 hours, and you can imagine really needing to pee on the motorway. So, and there was something else I was going to say about that accident. Oh, Samantha, there's this show, I can't remember what it's called. Not Highway Patrol, Motorway Officers, I think it's called, or something. It's like police traffic officers. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll try to ask Steve. But we've watched a couple episodes of it, and it has to do with like the police that specifically do the motorways and accidents and high-speed chases and those types of things. And the first episode we watched, I don't know if it was the first episode, it was the first one me and Steve watched, which was like a few weeks ago now. It was the accident, the lorry accident that happened on the M6 when you were stuck in traffic. So that was really cool. Not cool to see. Again, somebody died, so that was really sad. But it was neat to see what happened when I know that you were one of the people who was stuck behind there for 12 hours. So yeah, you want to check that out. And I'll try to find out the name of it. And yeah, Auntie Diane says she still has this shirt. And Samantha says, let's go to Auntie Diane's as well. Yeah, I used to go to Uncle Arthur and Auntie Diane's I say it like I did it for like my whole life. But they have New Year's parties. And for a few years in a row, I tried to get there every New Year's to do their big New Year's party. From my mom's house, it's like a 4.5, 5-hour drive, which is fine. But yeah, I tried to get to the New Year's party. So yes, Samantha, if I was in Canada, I would definitely want to go to Uncle Arthur and Auntie Diane's. So one day, Samantha, when you come to Canada with me, we will go up and see them as well. And yes, Samantha, I would love for you to come to Blue October with me. You better like start listening to their music so you know some of their songs when we go. What time is it? Oh, Rambling Hour is done. Although I will miss you guys, and I love when you guys tune in, and this just makes me feel like I get my social interactioning in my week. So in my journal, where like there's like 5 things that, like in this journal that I'm using right now, there's like a daily check thing, and there's like 5 things that it says like if you got this week. On this one journal I do, because I do a few, it's like a weekly plan. And for the week, it asks if you've got enough sunshine, enough, let's see, enough water, enough sunshine, enough social interaction, enough, I can't remember. Anyways, there's 5 things, and if I feel like we've had a good live and I've interacted with my viewers enough, then I check the social interaction, because I don't go out of the house much, so sometimes that's my only social interaction. Yeah, that's going to bug me that I can't remember the other things. I think one of them might be exercise, and it's sleep, and that's the other one, sleep. And I definitely most of the time get enough sleep, because I can sleep. If I'm allowed to, I can oversleep. So I am off to do my workout, and I haven't missed a day yet, so me and Steve are still doing that. And I'm gonna do my workout. I'm gonna eat some supper, although it's getting late, so I won't eat too much. But workout, supper, and then maybe I'll try and read my book so I can finish that book so I can get started on this book. And I will see you guys next Sunday. I think that because it's gonna be December next Sunday, I'm gonna start doing like kind of like Christmassy themes and stuff. So I'm gonna read another Christmas book to the kiddies, all the kids and nieces and nephews and everything else. Last year I read The Night Before Christmas. So if there's any book that you can suggest that or that you guys would like to see me, sorry, I'm getting distracted with my hair, and then I just pictured my hair being in like a little bit of a braid from like here to here, and a little braid, no, maybe like here to there, just a little bit of a braid, and then this big puff on the end. But it doesn't matter what my hair looks like, because I'm only going to do my workout and then go to bed. So it's going to go back up in a bun, you know, that bun thing, in a minute. Anyways, but yeah, so if there's a book that you can think of that you guys would like me to read to the kids this year for Christmas, let me know. And with the cozy weather and everything, I have a few different lives planned. I was going to do like the slumber party live where we're wearing our pajamas, and hopefully having my friend Jess as the guest for that one. But there was something else. A musically themed rambling hour where we just talk about music and everything. So I mean, you know, it's a rambling hour, so we can talk about anything. And sometimes even what I plan doesn't always go to what it's supposed to go to. But also, I mean, I could do Christmas baking, but I really need to make the pumpkin pies before I do anything for Christmas baking. However, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to the Americans who are celebrating it or celebrated on Thursday, which is weird to me that it's during the week. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving to Americans and happy Hanukkah to anybody who celebrates that. And I love you guys, and I will see you next Sunday, and we'll start the Christmas season and the holidays and everything else. So exciting. Today, again, it's a snow one because it snowed, and that is what happens sometimes in the autumn and sometimes in the spring, but sometimes even in the winter it snows. So I can do snow without it being a Christmas theme yet. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for telling me that you love me too, and you love watching me. And I will see you guys next week at, I would say same time, same place, and it should be the same time, but we'll see where I move around to next week. I even thought about doing my live from the loft just for fun. Anyways, love you guys. Have a great week, and we will see you next Sunday. Bye.